What's going on, everybody? JR from JrZ CarZ here. I wanted to start off this video by thanking you, thanking my subscribers, thanking my viewers. I created this channel a year ago because I wanted to help people out. I wanted to show you what it's like to go outside and work on your own car. I know people are a little bit apprehensive about, going out and working on their own cars. They take their cars to a shop and basically you're going to end up spending a good amount of money if you do that. But with a little bit of common knowledge, a little bit of know-how, and these YouTube videos, you can do this in your own backyard. As you can see through my other videos that I have, I don't have a garage. I do all of this out in my backyard, and even listening to that, you can hear this from the street here. So it's really not that difficult to work on your own car. You just have to use your head. That's all that it is. And these videos that I create for you, I try to explain the easiest and the best way to do things. But I mean, 2020 has been an absolute and total crazy year. Nobody could have ever thought that we were going to go through what we went through. You're looking at a pandemic that we're still going through right now, and absolutely insane election series, and then everything else that comes along with it, unemployment, everything else. So like I said, I'm hoping that these videos help you out. So with that, I want to start off 2021 with a new project, because I've been saying that for the longest time since I started this channel, and I'm going to show you what it is right now. She's right behind this fence. Okay, so I've had my fun. I'm not going to tease you anymore. Here it is. It is a 2004 GMC Yukon. I couldn't pass this thing up. I've been looking for one of these for a while now, because the Touring's getting to be a little bit small. When we go out, it's nicer to have, I have 3 kids, so it's nicer to have something bigger to be able to go out in. So this would be really nice, kind of fit the bill. Like I said, I've been looking for one for a while, and this one popped up, and I got it for a song and a dance, so I can't complain about it. Now, it does have its issues. So I could see where they were going with this truck, but fit and finish really wasn't all that great. It obviously looked like they were trying to make this a Denali. Obviously by the grill, you can see the grill, and when we come around the backside there, they have the Denali tail lights too. Not that I'm complaining one bit. I like it, but it's going to stay that way. But it's missing the center caps in the front. It needs some front tires here. They're not in the best of shape. But one of the biggest things, the number one reason why I got this thing so cheap is because it's got rust. We live in the Northeast. These trucks are prone to rusting out, and that's all that it is. The old owner actually busted a brake line. I'll show you where that is, but it has very little to no brakes in it. But all it is a brake line. Just replace the brake lines, and everything's good to go afterwards. It runs great. I didn't really get to take it out on the road, but from what I was told, the transmission shift's really nice. It's got 145,000 miles on it. So this side looks pretty good if we're coming around it. Take a look and see. This here is where it starts getting ugly, right? So you can see here on this fender that it's got bubbled up rust. It almost looks like this was half-assed repaired one time, that there was rust here and they just put some Bondo over it and tried to paint it, because you could see, I don't know if I could really get you in there where you could see it, but you can see all the orange peel in it. That looks like it was repainted at one time. So they probably tried to make this repair and tried to do something down there with that rust too, and just painted it. You can see the clear coats peeling off of this piece right here. But that's all it is. They probably tried to fix it with some Bondo and half-assed did that. I have these mirrors turned in only because of where I park it, but you know what, I'll leave that out. So step back here, take a little better look at it from the side. All right, the rockers on this side, this one isn't that bad. It gets bad back here. You can see when we come down, you can see how rusted that is. This is something that I'm looking at fixing too. And then you can see the rust back here too. Again, I think this was also the same type of repair that was done. They started getting some rust. They put Bondo over it instead of really cleaning it good. And all that's starting to get eaten up, and it's all bubbling apart. And you can see again here, even the clear coat here. And it's the same thing. There's orange peel here. Rust down here. Come across the back side, you can take a look and see. That's what I was talking about. They got the Denali tail lights there, so they were definitely going for it. And coming around this side here, you can see the same right here with the rust, and it's the same thing. You can see that there, like the panel's starting to split here because it looks like it was kind of very terribly put back together. So, and then if we look at the rockers down here, I got the same problem back here. This piece is actually rusted completely out, but they sell these panels, these rocker panels, for about $120 or $130, something like that. You can replace the rocker from the front, from the back all the way up to the front, and just spray it over and everything's good. All right, so as we come into the car here, there's another piece of the ugly right in the center there. There's that seat that's split. But the rest of the truck actually looks really good. It was a smoker's car, so it does smell. I was trying a couple different things to try and get it cleaned up. I just have to actually, do a little bit more to it. I haven't really had a chance to do anything with it. It's got a TV in the back here. Pull that down, and yep, that does definitely work too. The DVD player's up in here. I've had it working, so I know that's good. It's got, sunroof up top here. It's got rear climate controls, rear heat and air conditioning. It is missing the third row seat, but those are a dime a dozen. I've seen them for. There was a pair locally for like $75 or something like that, in really good shape. So I'm thinking about calling the guy so I could get the third row seat in there. Also see here. Let's try to see if we can shade that. That's the controls either for the climate or for the radio too. All right. So we're gonna come up here. And this is the front here. One of the nice things that I like about this too is it's got memory seat. So that way I can set the memory for my seat, which is always all the way back and all the way down. And then my wife can set hers too. But it also has heated seats, the back and the bottom. And you can adjust the foot pedals. All right, it's got the Bose sound system. And leather wrapped steering wheel here. Nice radio, auto climate control, dual zone. All right, your console here. Everything else looks to be in fairly decent shape. I mean, honestly, these trucks really don't fare out that well. The ones that have the leather really don't fare all that well because it's more like a pleather than it is actually a leather, and it cracks if you don't take care of it. That's why you see all these like cracking in here. This isn't really a crack. It's more or less just like stiff lines that are in this. I'm calling it pleather. And you can see here how bad that driver's seat really is. I mean, honestly, I've seen these pads like this for like $60 on eBay and Amazon and things like that too. So those are easily replaceable, and I think I might end up doing that as opposed to just putting a seat cover on it, because I'd like to be able to have the actual seat in it. If you look up here, you got your rear controls, your sunroof control, and like I said, it's got a sunroof here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this thing up for you. You can listen to how it sounds. All right. So here we go. So one thing with these engines that I like to keep an eye on is that oil pressure. I've had this thing running for, God, like 45 minutes. 45 minutes one time there, and that oil pressure never dropped. Everything's good. Like I said, it says obviously service brake system, service stability. It's got all the ABS and the brake lights and traction control lights on because of the busted brake line. Again, not a big deal. I'm just going to end up replacing the brake lines. All that stuff will go away once I get the brake system sealed out, because if you hit the brakes, it goes right to the floor. It doesn't do anything because there's no fluid in it. But let's come around here. And this is what she's working with. It's a 5.3 Vortec, right? Runs good. I mean, it runs really nice. It's smooth. It doesn't have any noises. The coolant, even though it's Dex Cool, it's still, you know, in good shape. There's no kind of there's no milkshake or anything like that. It doesn't look like it has an oily film on the top of it when you open it up. The oil's in good shape. The transmission fluid is actually in pretty decent shape too. It's not cherry red like if somebody was trying to mask an issue. But at the same point in time, you know, it's not destroyed either, so it doesn't look like it's completely blacked out. But I mean, this is my issue here. Obviously, open this up. There's not a damn thing in there. So that's the first thing I'm going to be taking care of on this truck. All right, so I'm not really going to be able to get you in here to see this because I really need to get this tire off and everything. But these are all the brake lines in here. And if you follow this down the frame rail, you'll see that it's split in the bottom there. Again, not a big deal. You replace the line, you bleed out the system, and you'll have brakes again. But you want to make sure that you're bleeding out, you know, from the farthest one from the master cylinder, which would be the passenger rear. I'll shut the engine down so it's not so noisy, but you might be able to see in here. That's what it looks like. Those lines right in the center there. All that stuff's rusted out there. So all that is going to end up getting replaced. All right, everyone. So this is what I'm working with. So this car is eventually going to be my daily driver. I need to repair all the things, obviously, to make it safe to be able to put on the road. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing the repairs. I really want to get that rust repair completed. I'm not sure if I'm going to be patching or if I'm going to try to replace the whole rocker panel. It really just depends on how bad it is. The driver's side is pretty bad, so that one may be the whole replacement. The passenger side, it might just be grind it down, see where the bad metal is, and replace what's bad. So we'll take it as it is. You know, we'll take it as it comes. We'll see as time goes on. Obviously, you know, we're still in winter, so I do all this stuff outside. So it's I'm pretty limited as to what I'm actually going to do during the winter time because it's just too damn cold sometimes to do things. So realistically, I just want to get the brake system fixed in this. I want to make sure that it's safe. And take it for its maiden voyage. I haven't really taken it for a ride either. It's just basically just moving it around. Goes right in the gear, right in the reverse, right into drive. I've gotten it to kick into second gear in my driveway, but I haven't really been able to get it past that because, you know, I can only go so fast. So if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button so that way you can see when these videos come out. You'll be the first one. So I definitely am prioritizing the fix on the Yukon because I definitely want to try and get the braking system completed. Then that way I can take it on its maiden voyage and I'll take you guys with me. Good, bad, whatever it is. I'll take you along and you'll see whether it was a good deal or if it was a bad deal. Because that's the only concern I have is the transmission, because I never really took it for a good ride. Honestly, I've been looking for a four-wheel drive truck for a long time. This one came up, it fit the bill. It was, like I said, I got it for a song and a dance, so I can't complain. It's got a class 3 hitch on it too, so I can tow with it. I mean, it was a win-win no matter which way I look at it. And it creates a lot of good video content for you guys out there. So hopefully, eventually, when I get everything sorted out, I also want to put a lift kit on it too. So like I said, if you're not subscribed already, consider doing so, because that's going to help me out and that's going to give you more content. So I hope everybody's staying safe out there, and I'll catch you all in the next video.